with the society today, once you are humble, once you have that ability to easily help, people take you for granted. People want to take no advantage of you. You learn, we go to school, we learn, we acquire. After us studying, we're all expected to get a job, we build a career, we build a life for ourselves. But lastly, we have to return to the society. Hi there and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Book Review DNG, a channel which was created to share premium content that talk about personal development, businesses, and other topics that have personally inspired me. And today we shall be looking at the last two chapters of the book that you have been reading, How Successful People Think by Maxwell. And these last two chapters are Unselfish Thinking and Bottom Line Thinking. But before we get into it, please make sure you've hit the like button and that you've subscribed in case you haven't. So, unselfish thinking, what does it mean to you? What comes into your mind when you hear the word unselfish? I'm waiting to hear your thoughts about it in the comment section. Meanwhile, I think that being unselfish is being able to put another person's need before our own. And I would like to give you a quote from Ben Swiftland that says, "We cannot hold a torch to light another person's path without brightening our own." What does this quote mean? Before you being able to actually help somebody else, you must be able that you've reached some level of independence as you alone so that you can help somebody else. And I would like to refer you to the book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. That in this book, he illustrates how we move from dependence to independence to interdependence. And just like I've been saying, you cannot help someone to become independent when you yourself is still dependent on other people. And as such, what are the benefits of unselfish thinking? Point number 1, it brings personal fulfillment. Like I've been saying, once you're able to know that I, as Grace, I am able to help someone to also attain this level of independence, you're going to feel fulfilled. You're going to feel as if you've achieved something important in your own life. And I think this is something valuable because in life, we need to keep making progress. We need to keep advancing. And once you've unlocked the personal fulfillment, you can also do much more things. Which leads us to the second point. You add value to others. You give them a place to also express themselves, to also bring out their ideas. Because most people by day, they have great ideas, but they just do not have the right roots, the right people to help them express their ideas out to the world. But once you do that, you add value to those people, you add value to their ideas, to their perspective, and that is something so beautiful that we are lacking, unfortunately, in this current world. Third point, you experience other virtues. You actually get to develop other virtues like love, like respect, like discipline, because you know that I'm helping somebody. And as such, I myself, I need to be loving, I need to be respectful, I need to be disciplined so that this person I'm helping can also learn a thing or two aside from the help they are getting from me. Fourth point, it increases the quality of life. There is nothing as satisfying as going to bed knowing that you have done something good to someone today. I believe I don't know what about you guys, but me personally, when I know I've helped someone, I feel happy. I feel peace within me. And I think that's just what it is. It adds the quality of your life. It actually encourages you to achieve more so that you can be able to help more other people, to also make their lives a better place for them to live in. Fifth point, it makes you part of something greater than yourself. Of course, we all love ourselves. We all want ourselves to be great. But imagine being part of something, or being actually the one who initiates something great, something that brings change in the society that you live in. There is nothing greater than that, trust me. And I would like to give you this example. There is this man, he's George M. Merck, and he's a doctor. And there was this time in his career where they faced a lot of troubles with producing medication and gaining profits. But this is what he told his co-workers. He said the primary reason as to why we produce this medicine is to help people. The profits we are gaining is just a bonus, so let's keep our focus on that. And imagine, yes, George maybe at the end of the day became someone well known, but the initiative he brought is something so much greater than he would ever be. So 6th point, it creates legacy. After you having initiated something great, now you must leave a legacy. Yes, after us working, after us, actually it's a 3-way step. You learn, we go to school, we learn, we acquire knowledge, we acquire wisdom on how to make it in life. Secondly, we earn. After us studying, we're all expected to get a job, we build a career, we build a life for ourselves. But lastly, we have to return to the society. And how do you return to society? Yes, you could easily return to the society by leaving inheritance, leaving houses here and there, leaving companies here and there, but there is nothing as great as leaving a legacy within the people that will be managing those things. And I think that is what we should be focusing on. Yes, you can leave the inheritance, it is not bad, but make sure that your focus is also on leaving a legacy. I believe that even if, as long as you've left a legacy with no inheritance, the people who have got the legacy will be able to make or to produce an inheritance for themselves. So right next, we are going to look at how to experience satisfaction of unselfish thinking. Number one, we have to learn how to put others first. Put others before ourselves, before our own needs. And how do we do that? We need to think of ourselves a little bit less and think of others more. But one major problem with the society today, once you are humble, once you have that ability to easily help, people take you for granted. People want to take no advantage of you. I don't know if you have all seen that, but it's something personally I have experienced. It's something I have also seen happening to other people. But I don't think that should be something that will stop us from helping. I think as long as we know what we're onto, as long as we know what we're after, what we are doing, we should continue whether people take us for granted or not. Yes, it's hard, but then let's keep doing what we're doing with the good motives. Which leads us to the second point. We have to expose ourselves to situations where people have needs. So a friend of mine gave me an example, and he said that some people actually tend to avoid roads that have beggars, that have street children, because they are afraid that they will ask them for something, they will disturb them asking for money, and they prefer to use a road that is free, that has no such people in the environment. But if you want to learn how to start giving, you shouldn't be that kind of a person who escapes roads because someone is going to borrow you something. You should instead be taking those roads knowing that I'm going to meet some children, I'm going to give them this, I'm going to meet an old man, I'm going to give him this. And you're going to be literally changing the society around you, because you cannot tell me you're going to look for someone to help in a luxury street, in a luxury environment. It doesn't make sense really. But a way we can actually develop this is by casually visiting orphanages, hospitals, jails, so that you can actually meet people that need help, be it mental, financial, spiritual help. Any form of help is great. Third point, we have to learn how to give anonymously, give without being known. John C. Maxwell actually says that there are spiritual, mental, and emotional benefits that are attached to giving anonymously. Yes, still in the century belief today, everyone wants to know that they're helping a particular person, that they're doing this and that, but you're just bragging about yourself. After you helping that person and going to tell everyone around it, what are you going to gain? Nothing. There's nothing big that you're going to gain about it. But when you do something anonymously, even I believe the Bible says that if you're giving with your right hand, your left hand shouldn't know about it. So it should be something that is done secretively, something that must be sacred. This leads us to the next point. We have to invest in people intentionally. Once you have noticed that someone has potential in something, be fast to contribute to that person's personal development. Be fast to contribute to that person's growth, because all of us actually have potential, but what is lacking us is that hand, that helping hand, to help us also rise up from where we are today and to develop, to bring our ideas onto the table, to also make our voices be heard. But once you do that, you are helping a lot of people at once unknowingly. You may not even realize it at that moment, but with time, you're going to be able to see it and experience it. So lastly, we have to continually check our motives. Yes, at the beginning, you may begin when your motives are clean, but towards the end, when you realize that the person you're helping is benefiting more than you, you're going to start becoming reluctant. Of course, it is human nature, and I believe it is normal. But what now will set you different from the others is when you get back on track and follow your motives, follow the reasons as to why you started helping this person at first. We shouldn't let ourselves be dragged with the profits that you're making because you're helping someone. No, but you should do it with no back agenda. We should do it because we are doing it for the love. We want to see other people also coming out of dark shades, developing themselves, growing, and being able to also produce. And as we get into any form of relationship, we should go inside them with this attitude of win-win relationship, win-win strategy. Because if you win once and your friend loses, you will only win once. And if your friend wins once and you lose, he has also won only once. But if you win together, you will keep on winning multiple times. And if you lose once, you'll keep on losing all the time. So you have to say bye to that partnership and maintain the friendships, maintain the partnerships that are actually guaranteeing you with win-win results for the both of you. And that's how actually we are going to help each other grow. And I'm a living example. I'm here, and if you actually like listening to me, you like watching me, you like what I'm doing, the only way you can support me as I'm sharing my knowledge with you is by liking my video, is by sharing it, is by leaving a lovely comment and subscribing. That's the least you can do, and it doesn't actually cost you anything. Yeah, so that's what I had for Unselfish Thinking, and now we shall be moving to Bottom Line Thinking, which is the last chapter of our book.